What's up, man? What's up, you guys? This is Eric Brent. It's the Family Cash Machine. Follow the money. And got another video here I'm gonna do. Walking around streets of Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic. You guys will hear a lot of motorcycles, motor contras, that's what they call them. They everywhere out here. It's a cheap way to get around, but it's loud as hell. But anyway, I'm walking. I like to do a little walk and talk to you guys sometime. I've been working from my desk a lot, working on the courses that we have and the decentralized payment, because what we've done is created a course where people can get paid with the company. It's like it's never been done before in the way that it's being done with the Family Cash Machine cryptocurrency courses. We have a system that basically shares the revenue with those that help create the income. It's a different concept. I think that Uber was talking about making some changes like that. We already ahead of the game. So Uber, it kind of is a halfway shared revenue, but you still got a middleman there, so that you're dealing with. But anyway, long story short, I'm gonna go ahead and talk about Bitcoin today. I've been doing a lot of videos based on the economy. I've been doing a lot of videos based on economics and my people and how things have been negatively affecting us. I think enough people been covering that aspect. There's so many other channels you can go to hear that. Sometimes I gotta deal with that. Sometimes I gotta deal with the different things. And hold up. I chose the most busiest street to walk down. And sometimes I gotta deal with some of the things in economics that affects my people. I have to deal with that. I have to show you guys the disparity in race when it comes to money. And there is a lot of disparities when it comes to money with my people. But right now I'm gonna talk about Bitcoin. Let's just do the change a little bit, because this is my main reason why I started getting into economics. Well, that ain't the main reason. I started getting into economics because, like I told you guys, when the economy crashed in 2000, what was it, 2008? It took me down, man. I went down hard. And it was crazy because I was doing so good before that. I was doing well. Oh my God, I was doing so excellent. And I had to pat myself on the back a couple times. I had over 30 properties and I had 5 kids. I had 5 kids and 30 properties. But, luckily they were pretty much all in the same household with the exception of one. And so I was doing quite well, for a person with that much responsibility. And I was proud of myself. And then when the economy crashed, it took me down with it, man. I went down hard. And I played a very dangerous game with real estate. I was living off the equity. Basically what I was doing is, I would buy a property, and the property that I would buy, it might not be paying all the rent. It might not be paying the rent. So what I was doing was, I would come out of my pocket with $500 a month, take the rent, and the mortgage would probably, cover the rent would cover the rest of the mortgage. I would be about $500 short. So I had like a bunch of properties that was coming out of my pocket. But what was happening is every year I was getting 70, 80,000 in equity, 100,000 in equity. So if I came out of my pocket and spent $6 grand or 12 grand a year for that property, I'm making like 70 to 100,000. Come on, stop. Every year for these properties. So it was adding up. It was actually after 4 or 5 years, it allowed me to buy more and more and more properties. It was a dangerous game though, because when the market turned around and you didn't have that equity anymore to keep buying more properties or covering your loss for the last year, this all collided on me. That's how it happened. A lot of people made a lot of money, and a lot of people lost a lot of money. And some people made money and lost money, and I was one of them. I made a lot of money, and I lost a lot of money. But it was a very interesting experience. At least I had some millions to make. I made millions. I can say I've been there before, legally. I made legal millions. I was worth about $3 million one time on paper, meaning if I would have sold all my properties, I had about $3 million in equity. The problem was, when the value went and turned around, I lost all that equity before I could dump those properties. But I had a great time, and I have no complaints. I made a lot of money. I lived in $1 million house. I'm not trying to brag, I'm just saying, I've done some things in my life that I'm proud of. I've done some things in my life. I put kids through college, you know. Bought my ex-wife her first Mercedes-Benz. I've did some things in my life that I'm proud of. You know, I've showed my kids an example of what a free entrepreneur looks like, you know. And I bounced back, actually. Not all the way back, but I was able to create some income, and I was able to come back and buy another Mercedes. I was able to travel. I'm in Dominican. I've been about 5 different countries since my bounce back. So, and I've helped about 100 and some people have some money. I've taught about 100 and something, well actually I taught more than that, but I've helped about 100 individual cases of people personally to become kind of successful, okay? So I'm excited about my accomplishments, and now on this next venture, I'm on a mission. I'm on a mission to create more momentum and more people to have things, you know, by teaching these courses and getting with other people I have come together with me to teach economic courses and teach people about money and Bitcoins. Now, Bitcoin in itself, I'm gonna go into this subject of Bitcoin right now. Bitcoin, the name doesn't do any justice at all, because it's definitely not a coin. It's not a physical coin, and this is what gets people so misconstrued when they say Bitcoin. I just don't get it. I just don't get Bitcoin. Yeah, because the name is throwing you off. You're thinking it's a money. It's not an actual money like fiat currency. Okay, it's something that can actually replace money in a digital technological aspect. That it's the first time that the internet has the ability to store value. Now, when you say that, people think, oh, that's money. No, that's not money. It is money in a sense, but not the way you've been taught money. You guys have been taught that currency is money. But guess what? Currency doesn't have a store of value. When you take a currency and store it, it's not going to have the same amount of value when you go get it again and retrieve it, if you retrieve it after a long period of time. But real money, excuse me, is a store of value. It really is. So, Bitcoin is a technology that allows you to have privacy on the internet. It allows you to transact peer-to-peer, which has never been done ever in the history of money, except with the exception when we had a lot of cash and you go do a peer-to-peer transaction with somebody cash. And this is why they're trying to eliminate cash, because cash actually is decentralized and allows you to do peer-to-peer transactions. The only problem with it is you don't create the value of that currency that you're transacting. Somebody else is printing that, and somebody else has a license to continue to print and print and print and print and print with no limits. That devalues that currency that you're using. So Bitcoin is the first time ever that a system was created, a digital system, not just digital, encrypted, meaning it's coded with cryptography that allows people to transact peer-to-peer without a third party. That's deep right there. I mean, that whole concept right there says it all. You can transact value with somebody, with someone, peer-to-peer without a third party. That's never been done, over the internet. That's never been done in the world without a financial institution, a bank, or something like that. So that's pretty much what Bitcoin is. Bitcoin is, it represents for me financial freedom. It represents for me anonymity, which is being anonymous. For me, anonymity is very important. Not that I'm doing anything illegal. It's just the fact that I think that if somebody feels like I owe them everything that I make in my life, even though they don't contribute to nothing that I've done, they haven't taken any risks with me, they haven't taken any losses with me, they didn't give me any of the seed money to build into my businesses, but God blessed me with knowledge, and God blessed me to want to learn things and to work hard. And when I receive fruits of my labor, there's somebody in Congress or somebody sitting in some government that feels like I owe them. That to me doesn't really register with me too well. So, you know, I need some anonymity from those kind of systems. I need an anonymity from a system that feels like, you know, every dime I make, 50% is theirs. I mean, that's just, I don't know. I see a problem with that, and I see corruption with that, and especially when the money is not being used for something that's going to benefit me or my family. It's being used to lace people's pockets. It's being used for wars. It's being used to bomb other countries and stuff like that. Innocent people, kids dying, old people dying. I'm just not with that. So, anonymity is kind of good because, again, like I said, if I have millions of dollars in the bank and some wicked judge can just sign an order to say, oh yeah, he looks like he did something wrong, and signs an order and frees all my money, and I didn't do anything wrong, but because I'm a black man from Compton, it'd be very easy for a judge to sign something like that, especially if the IRS said we think he did something wrong. So I need an anonymity. I need something that I can store my value in, that anyone, government, even officials, can't just freeze my assets when they want to, or when they feel like it, just because of what they think or they assume. So I like that. I like that fact, and I think more people in the world need something that's going to protect their wealth. They need some kind of thing that gives them some kind of control and power, and gives them some kind of protection from stuff like that happening, because there's a lot of cases where people, you know, got things confiscated wrongly by governments or government agencies, and then they had to take years to prove the legitimacy of their wealth, and that's just not cool right there. Hold up, I'm gonna stop right here and talk to my barber. This is the barber here in Santo Domingo. What's going on, bro? You on YouTube, man? He in here fading, doing his thing right here in Santo Domingo. And so I told him I used to be a barber, and he getting good money. He making good money there cutting hair. He do good jobs too. But it's a little small barbershop, as you can see, but hey, he do the job. He getting his job done. He making some money every day, pesos. But anyway, back to the Bitcoin thing. I like the fact that I have control of my assets, in a sense. With Bitcoin, it's a sense of security. I also like the fact that on a Sunday, I can send money to one of my friends in Uzbekistan, or I don't have a friend in Uzbekistan, but I'm just saying I can send money to my sister who might have an emergency that she needs $3 grand right quick, and go try to send $3 grand Western Union real quick. It's nothing real quick about Western Union when it's $3 grand. There's nothing real quick about $3 grand if you send it MoneyGram. There's nothing real quick about $3 grand if you want to send it PayPal, because they look at you like you're doing something wrong. But there are emergencies, family emergencies, and if I have the $3 grand to send to my sister, I should be able to do that without a whole bunch of red tape, without a whole bunch of questions or suspicions that I'm doing something wrong. So, and definitely without somebody telling me I can't send it to her. So this is what Bitcoin is about. This is a whole revolution going on right now, because there's too much damn government regulations. There's too much damn government intervention when it comes to you doing transactions. And transactions need to be able to flow. In order for prosperity, you have to have transactions flowing, and they have to flow at a rapid rate. And if they get to a point where where the regulations slow down transactions, that's the thing that can negatively affect economies. Definitely. So it's a lot to it, you know, but Bitcoin is a commodity now. It's actually it's an asset, a commodity that has accumulated value at a higher rate than gold or any other commodity. Ain't that something? It took gold like 5,000 years, according to history, 5,000 years or longer to create value. 5,000 years to create value. The kind of value it's at now, actually not to create value, but to create what is $1,500, $1,600 an ounce right now. It took 5,000 years. Bitcoin started 10 years ago. 10 years ago. And it's already at $8,300 a coin when I looked at it today. $8,300. So you're telling me in 10 years, this commodity, this is a technological thing, it's technology. You gotta remember, 5,000 years ago, they didn't have that technology. So now, we have technology. In 10 years, Bitcoin in value has surpassed gold. Wow. Interesting. It has outperformed gold, outperformed silver, outperformed oil. All of those commodities, it has outperformed. So I think I want Bitcoin. I like the Bitcoin because I can move it. If I had $1 million in Bitcoin, I can move it quietly. I can move it in seconds, and nobody even knows I moved it. And furthermore, nobody can confiscate it. That's why I like Bitcoin. Okay? Because for me, in this world of corruption and inequality, I think it's very important that I have something that I trust. Who do you trust? Like Scarface said, me. So that's what Bitcoin is about. And I'm just happy that whoever created it, they stayed anonymous so they couldn't kill him. And he got it put out there and he got it put on the market, then he disappeared. And so, you know, and I understand why he did that. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and call this video off, but that's what Bitcoin is. Those are all the different things Bitcoin introduces, and there's a lot of other stuff that come with Bitcoin that I'll talk about later. But pretty much that's what Bitcoin is, okay? And this is Eric Brand. I'm gonna sign out. You guys got access to my free classes. You can take the free classes. Actually, not my free classes, the Family Cash Machine free class. You can take them, learn how to get Bitcoin right now for free. You can take a course called the documentary we have on Bitcoin, which gives you the history of it for free. And there's about 7 or 8 different ways they'll show you how to get Bitcoin for free. Well, you won't get it for free. We're teaching you how to buy Bitcoin with your credit card, Visa card, or whatever for free. But you're gonna have to pay for the Bitcoin, of course. But just know that you're paying for something that actually continues to accelerate in value. And it's gonna continue to accelerate in value because it's a limited commodity. You can't just make it. So with that, you guys, I'm gonna go ahead and sign out. Again, like and subscribe to my channel. Sign up for the free Phoenix course and learn what you can learn and see if you're interested in wanting to be a part of this, because once you guys pay for a class, now you're qualified to share in the revenue that the class is generating in income. So I'll see you guys on the next video. All right? Peace.